What is up, guys? We're in here today, and today is a day we celebrate. I know it's April Fool's Day, I know, but I'm not fooling you. Today marks a 1-year anniversary when I sat down and told myself, like, you know what? You're playing a lot of this Pokemon trading card game. Why not try to put out a deck 5 times a week? Why not sit down to it? Because you are playing a lot of decks. You are doing this, so why not do it? And well, this is the day that marks it. That was the April 1st of 2019. Crazy that this is the moment that, marks the start, like the proper start of this YouTube channel, Pokemon Couple. That was the time where we changed the name, because previously it was Ravenclaw Snatchku, and like I was uploading, not uploading. It's like 1 upload per month. It's cool, 10 subs. That was it. And then I was like, all right, let's just do it. You know what? I'm playing on Twitch. It's a good time to maybe start. If it's gonna happen, cool. If it's not gonna happen, it's still cool. It was fun. It was. I never thought we were gonna be here like 1 year from that moment, and seeing almost 1,300 subscribers. Having a channel. Being partnered, monetized. Let's not go over that, still waiting for sponsorship though. We need those 2,000 subscribers. No, it's okay. And, just being there. And I dig out the first thumbnail for like the proper videos that we were doing with decks. And I couldn't laugh. So it will appear over here. Bam. That is literally, I'm gonna go like here. That is literally the first thumbnail. Wait, let me just... It's almost similar, right? So this is the first thumbnail that I've actually done. It's simple. It was, Monday deck with Raven. So my plan was like every Monday we're gonna have a deck. Then, maybe some pack opening on Wednesday, maybe something else on Tuesday. Like different things. And then we went, more on deck stuff, and the news things. Right now, I said, let's try to do news every single day. And then, the Monday deck with Raven, turned out to be every single week, almost like from Monday to Friday deck with Raven. But this is so cool to see. Of course, there's a screenshot from our Discord, which you should definitely join. It's down there below. But it's really cool to see how this area changed. Because, okay, the flat changed as well, right? It's a different flat. But, like, the kind of, what is around me, like, so you can see, like, on the screen, like right there, the wall of subscribers was not filled. Here it's still right there on the right side, even if it's a new flat. I tried to make it so it's here still, which is great. All the comic books that you see in the background, they are up here right now. So yeah, like you've seen that photo many times. So whenever I say something about comic books, I do have them still. Those are really cool comics. I believe, so those are World's Finest from 1960 and 1970. Hunter, like I'm just trying to figure it out. Hunter signed Batman, like the holographic cover of Doomsday Clock, and we've got All Time Low signed album with Tapu Lele oversized. And then later, other things joined the party. So it's kind of interesting to say, and it's like what deck it is. It's Vileplume with something. What it is? Sylvan GX Vileplume, right? And I still was still rocking, like tank tops. So like at that time, because you don't see me, wearing tank tops like recently, right? I was like really, like rocking those guns, like, strong power, almighty Raven, right? Like that should be a thumbnail. Yeah, that's gonna be a good thumbnail. But then, Spider actually sent me another picture. It's like, hey dude, it's like before and after. I'm gonna show you this before and after. I'm gonna move it over here with like the old thumbnail. So this is the one on the left, like the before that he did. I'm gonna go like up here. Was the second iteration of the deck list thumbnails, and the brand new one since like last month is the one on like the new, right? The one that we all like. That's here. the one here, which is really, really cool. And, you know, we've went such a long way, right? You know, the VGC videos, how they've changed, how this developed. And this is just crazy. It was a crazy, crazy ride. And it's one of those things that I never thought is going to happen. So I've asked you on Discord to ask me a few questions. I know I was like, you know what? Ask me anything. I would like to, you know, add some questions. I would like to answer some of them on like in the video. And let me just launch Discord here. So I'll be like showing you guys like the questions. So first things first, I know like some questions are really cool and some weird. So the first question is question number 1. Okay, this is the thread, right? So you can see like questions, you know, they're here. Yeah, there we go. Question number 1. I can even read that. What would you do if you had no internet for a day? That is the first question. And Spider, what do I do if there will be no internet for a day? I usually am not really connected on Sundays to the internet, so it will be a normal day. We will be probably playing some miniature figures with Kovac, so like Warhammer or like tabletop games. And there will be also no TV, so we would not watch TV. Maybe play a record to have something in the background going on. Probably I would bust like some Yumi at 6, always have maybe water box, you know, something like that. Yeah, I will just play tabletop games, and that's it. And because that's internet for one day, and things like that happen. Maybe then, you know, I would have more time to read some books, because there are still books that I do want to read, and like I finally started really. Someone is drilling now, like. This is okay, you know what? This drilling is also a throwback, because when I started recording the videos, they were like, because they were like, there was some kind of, you know, people moving from flat to flat where we lived at the time, and they were drilling all the freaking time. So like on streams, like 90% of stream was drilling. It was bizarre. So yeah, like I would probably read books, because I do still have to read, what is like, 1, 2, 3, 4... 10 more volumes of Shaman King. There are 3 volumes of Batman comics, and there are still a few books that I do want to read, and there are still a few books that I want to order. So yeah, I'll probably be reading a lot. If that answers the question. Question number 2 is, what is my perfect day? My perfect day: wake up, of course, you know, do the like shower, that stuff, and stream and have fantastic conversations with every one of you guys. And this like honestly a perfect day. Record the video, stream. Like first things I wake up, like I do upload the video. So upload the deck video, not get copyright claimed by a BS company like it happened today, which is for like non-copyrighted music that I'm using for like, you know, last 6 months. But that's okay. No ranting. So yeah, that would be a perfect day. Wake up, stream, have amazing conversation with you guys, have amazing games, then, you know, record some videos, upload the VGC video, have fun with that, and then, you know, Kovac would probably come back from work, and we would spend our evening probably playing, you know, some Pokemon TCG and Warhammer. Maybe she would be painting some figurines, you know, like literally those are I don't need a lot to have a perfect day. And yeah, I would say this, maybe the release of the new Pokemon game alongside, that's also a perfect day. But yeah, like that, definitely. I mean, you know, there are days where like during the vacation when you go somewhere, and we'll probably go this year, somewhere in Poland, you know, and you're just lazy and you don't want to you just like walk around. Those are perfect days as well. But like, you know, in like normal environment, really with you guys, those are my perfect days. And yeah, that's true. I mean, I can't lie. So number 3, what is the thing that makes me happy while playing Pokemon? Oh, dude. TCG or VGC? That's a good question. So for VGC, the fact that I always wanted to do it. So this is kind of the weird thing, but I always wanted to play on Twitch and then on YouTube VGC. I always wanted it, but you know, I never could have afforded the 3DS with the capture card, or the 3DS with what I can plug into the PC. Then I didn't have a PC for a long time. I was using laptop. It was it was really good machine. But it was just never that much money. So yes, I kind of skipped that. So what was the question again? I got sidetracked. So that makes me happy. Just being able to play it makes me happy, and just catching all those Pokemons in VGC, just having those conversations, and just having fun, because it's a fun game. So that makes me happy. In TCG, the fact that I can just be creative, the fact that this is my creative outlet to a certain degree, right? Of course, some ideas are just garbage, and you can't go with that. And the fact that I can be myself. Like, Pokemon is the first community where no one is judging you super hard. I mean, of course, everyone is judging everyone. That's true, to a certain degree. But no one is judging you super hard. And also, I feel like I can be myself. Even those oh yeah, let's be family friendly, let's not swear. It's not that hard for me. It's okay, I do kind of swear sometimes too much IRL, but that's kind of my stress relief, and that's I'm tending to joke. I'm right now trying to temper it, but on stream it kind of comes naturally to not do that, and I feel at home, so that makes me happy in general. And in TCG as well, the competitive nature, and I know it's kind of sound the competitive nature, and just helping everyone to become better players. And when I get the message that, hey, I've learned watching you, and now I'm a better player, I'm always in tears. So that makes me happy while playing Pokemon, definitely. Oh, we're gonna have more questions, because there's still Christoph is still writing. All right, speaking of Christoph, what made you got into? Come on, what made you go competitive IRL? What made me go competitive IRL? That's a great story. So, what made me go competitive IRL is I was for 10 years competitive player of Magic the Gathering. And there is a huge story why I quit Magic. I don't want to get into details of that. It was just I quit. Let's put it this way. I quit. And I always had this itch, right? I always had this itch. And you sometimes gotta scratch that competitive itch. And I was playing at the time Elder Scrolls Legends, and I was competitive player there. I was hitting the legend rank, quite. I was top 1,000 player of at the time, So we're hitting those marks, and then one day Kovac was like, hey, do you want to buy a theme deck? And I'm like, yeah, because I did play Pokemon way back, right? In the 90s and early 2000s, but then it kind of went into obscurity, and it was really put into this weird space in Poland, where it's where if you play Magic, then you should not play this BS kids game. It was really, and there was no league, there was nothing. Literally, there was nothing around us. But no, she was like, do you want to? Because there's my favorite Pokemon, Lycanroc. And I'm like, okay, she was working at a hotel at the time, and I remember I surprised her, so I purchased Empoleon deck for me and Lycanroc for her. That's what I purchased. And I was picking her up from her work, I believe. Yeah, because she was finishing her work at 8 p.m. or something, and I was picking her up, and I just gave that to her, and she was super happy about it. We started playing, and I was like, you know what, let's check out if there's any pre-release, right? And that was literally a week after the new set came out, so of course you have to wait 3 months for the pre-release. So you kind of played. Then there's a funny story where one of her friends' kid had the bag full of secret rares, GXs, whatever, and just gave it to her. So it gave it to us in literally a trash bag. So this kind of sparked this this whole thing, because I started enjoying Pokemon more and more. I started playing PCGO more and more and more, and I was starting transitioning from my Elder Scrolls Legends to playing Pokemon on stream. But a lot of people just hated it, and I was so into it. I'm like, I don't care, so I was playing 1 hour of Legends, and I was like, you know what, nah. I moved 3 hours of Pokemon, at a time on stream, so like people hated it. Did 0 views, that drill. But I was so like going there, and then there was a first pre-release that we went to, and it was like, okay, it was the first ever from Kovac. It was a really cool thing, and this kind of sparked the whole idea. You know what? Let's create our own league. Let's do it ourselves, and everything from now on is history. That's what sparked the whole idea of me going competitive. So yeah, blame Kovac, not Spider this time. Hog Hunter. That's another question from Hog Hunter. On PTGO, if you create a new deck, do they give you easier games for like first 10 games to make you think deck's good to then shatter you afterwards? No. When you create a brand new deck, that's the ALO system, and to be quite honest, it depends what you got in your deck. If you have like really weird things, it may pair you with weird decks, but there's no such thing as like first 10 games they will give you easy games. You can see that every single time on stream. It's just not like that. We're creating decks and we're like, you can just straight on run into Pikarom, right? And we're doing that, right? Let's with the run deck, the first game I think after we created the run deck was Pikarom. So yeah, it was no easy task, and it's nothing like that. Beautiful question number 4. If you were the community manager of Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, what 3 things do you change in the game currently that would potentially see a huge influx of new players and returning players? New client. First things first, new client. That is way to go. New client, tournaments, like proper, tournaments and events, the same way as Magic is doing. And what I would also do, and I would not mind that, is I would change a ladder a bit into like this Fortnite-ish, literally the same as Arena is doing. That you can pay and you got different tier, and if you're not paying, you've got a different tier. But you've got those events, you've got those cool things, cool features, proper ranking system, which would help people. What else? Like I would literally just for top 10 players, championship points, some tournaments online to gain those, so people would actually go and play online and try to be best players out there. I can rant on this like for a day. Native Ryan, my beautiful sexy Native Ryan, 2 questions in one. Right over here. So let's go. What have been your favorite deck you ever played, and why? Honestly, it's gonna sound cheeky and it's gonna be super funny, but Pikarom is my favorite deck of all time, and just because I've played it for like literally since the deck came out, I'm playing it. Besides this Cosmic Eclipse episode, that's the deck I'm playing. Before that, I was playing like one deck per like 2 months, and I was changing it. I couldn't find my place. I couldn't I tried to find my type that I like. Like I tried to find myself in the game, and I couldn't until I found Pikarom and Lightning type, electric type decks, and I stumbled upon them. I was like, okay, you know what? Give it a shot. Love them, and they are literally my type of playstyle. So that is my favorite deck of all time. Yeah, and I would say Zoroark GX as well. Like second would be Zoroark GX. I know that's not a question, but second would be Zoroark GX, just because, in all its honesty, Zoroark GX taught me so much about deck building, about consistency. Because like before Zoroark GX, like you can tell there was an era before and after Zoroark GX that I started playing, and well, who that was? I forgot the name of the streamer. Like I should know. You see, like I'm not good at names. I'm gonna remind myself in a second. It was not Sunak. It was never mind. So, this huge female Pokemon TCG streamer. Oh no, I forgot. But you probably know who. Sierra, there we go, Sierra Dawn. So there was a tournament, and I was playing with Sierra Dawn, and she was playing Zor Arc Decidueye. I remember it like it was yesterday, and I was playing Gardevoir, and I felt like Gardevoir is the best deck ever. We had a conversation about it, you know, we talked with Sierra for a bit, and yeah, I've lost 2-1, and that was my loss, and I was so bummed out, so pissed off at myself for misplays I've made. I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna go do a Zoroark, and I just opened my eyes what consistency means in the Pokemon trading card game online, and this really helped me figure it out. What cards are you most looking forward to trying from the new set? Okay, Giovanni's old, like those are the classic ones, but Garbodor. I want to do everything with Garbodor. Garbodor. It's gonna work so well with so many decks. Like Muk is gonna work so well with Garbodor. Because I mean, like, yeah, I can just say like, yeah, Giovanni, you know, Tool Scrapper, all of those things. But those like easy ways. Mjoltek, right? That is a cool card. But also Double V. I would love to play that card. So those are the cards I'm looking forward the most to. With Toxtricity, V and VMAX. Because again, like those are going with lightning type, and then I'm gonna have to start figuring out what I do want to do and what I don't want to do with the lightning type. Because of course, you know, Giovanni's like boss order, that's the card. Tool Scrapper, Galarian Mine, you know, all of those cards, great cards. Looking forward to all of those that I've mentioned. And yeah, so Christoph again. Let's take a look over here. Like if I'm gonna remind myself of any other cards, I'm gonna say. And maybe how you created your name. Did you have a raven you called Snechku and made a name out of it? Oh, that is a cool. All right, so as you can see in PTGO, I have a Snechku, right? Like this is my nickname, PTGO, and for a long time that was my name. That was my nickname, and that was even my nickname on the shirt in my volleyball team and first league in Poland, when they were still allowed to do that. So and that was an homage to the game that I love with all of my life, you know, loved all of my life, helped me learn English, helped me through really bad times, Metal Gear Solid, and there's a snake. So the Snechku is quite simple because it's Snejku, but if you read it in Polish, it's snake, right? So it's Snejku. So, because in Polish we're adding, you know, we're adding the U, so it's like the person, right? So this is just like a thing that Polish people would do. But if you say snake and you know you just do the way you say it, it's literally those letters in Polish. So that's why I went with it. Why Raven? Great question. So I'm a huge fan of Baltimore Ravens, and I do have some ravens over here, and I love Raven as a bird in general. You know, from poetry that I've studied to many things, the symbolism of this, and Snechku was not available on Twitch. Raven was not available on Twitch, so I got pissed off at a certain point, and I was just like, you know what, let's just get Raven called Snechku. Simple as that. Which is kind of funny. What advice, alright, that's the last question. That's a long video, sorry. What advice can you give to new streamers or YouTubers getting into PCGO, since there are many new people waiting to stream due to being at home? Okay, first things first to the YouTubers. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. If there's any advice, just work. Just do your best. Like, I don't know why I'm like, you know, at what, 20,000 per month like views. No idea, and I'm still small. I feel like I'm still new to this whole thing, and I still try to improve, try to do more things, more and more. I would say, you know, do what you love and go with what you feel. I know it's kind of weird thing to say, but if someone, you know, if someone is doing something just for the sake of it, or, you know, without honesty, you can feel that, you can see that, and, you know, sometimes you can see the passion between someone's eyes, and I hope you can see the passion, you know, that I have for Pokemon in general, right? VGC and TCG and all of that. Like, you saw me literally yesterday crying because the World Championships are being cancelled. So it's this because that's pre-recorded. You're recording the video, so you just have to do it. And you're gonna suck at first, that's true, you know, everything's, like, you can just watch my first videos, they're bad. But the more you do it, the better, and you're gonna, you know, work this through, and you're gonna, you know, figure out how you want to approach, how you want to do it. And, you know, I still stumble upon words, so, like, if English is not your native language, don't worry, just go with it, right? Just really try, and don't treat it as the career. Just do it, because when I started, I never thought, like, my goal when I started was like, okay, let's reach 100 subscribers. That's it. Like, I never wanted to reach more. I was like, you know, there's no way. We reached 200. I was like, oh, okay, cool. 300. Whoa, let's start doing giveaways. And every single 100 is such a huge milestone still to me to this day, that I am doing those giveaways. It's not, you know, to gain subscribers. No, I'm like genuinely happy about it, and those are huge milestones to me. And because I never thought, you know, I would wake up and I'll be like, right, because right now that's what I'm doing. I wake up and I just check email if, you know, if there's new comments, everything, so I can respond, so I can do those things. And I've never thought I'm gonna be like partnered on YouTube, especially, you know, with their guidelines of like, oh, 1,000, dude, like, this is like 5 years maybe. And I had those, you know, moments where I was like, oh man, like, I don't want to do it, you know. There was this one moment with Rema when I was like, why am I even doing this? And Rema just, like, you know, mentally shouted at me to just, you know, wake myself up, and I was like, oh yeah, you're right, you know, let's just, yeah, it's like, it's fun, I love doing it, and I've never expected anything. I never expected a lot of things. And don't look at Social Blade. Like, just don't look at it, and don't be like, all right, I have to hit certain things. No, like, at first, I would say, like, you'll figure out, you know, from analytics what kind of works, what does not, and you still have to try the new things, new trends, but just don't look at it. Like, when you, because you see, like, you know, big YouTubers, like, you know, it's easy. Okay, you see me, I consider myself, I am a really small channel, I consider myself not that big and still new, and this is 1 year anniversary, right? So up to streams, just go there, be yourself, and be honest. Don't look at the numbers, how many people you've got live, just because why would you? If you feel like, you know, you just have to learn talking to yourself a lot on stream, and just feel comfortable with yourself and being silly and just doing silly things like I'm doing. And I don't think there's anything else I can say into, like, Twitch, because in all honesty, you know, everyone is different. Don't stress out at first about a lot of things, so about overlay, but when someone, you know, comes to the stream, try to greet them. Because I had situations, because I walk, you know, when I have time, you know, when I'm doing rendering or something, I go from, like, stream to stream sometimes, you know, just check out who's out there, like the new ones, and, like, often there's, like, you know, or like who to host, whatever, and I was like, hey, hi. And there's like 5 minutes of just, you know, not even acknowledging that there's anyone there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try post something else. So I, like, post a question, nothing, so, like, okay, and move on. So I know sometimes it's hard, but always have the chat, like, next to you. Like, I keep chat window on my screen at all cost, and sometimes you know me, I sometimes, you know, gonna miss a message, but I always try to welcome everyone, because I know how much, how big it is for all of us. Like, I know how big it is for me. So it's like, if you're going to someone's channel and you have certain expectations, people will have the same from you, right? So I'm not saying be your best, but be like, you know, hey, that's, I want, you know, this to happen to me as well, right? So if someone, you know, comes, like, yeah, greet them, make friends, you know, because at the end of the day, we're all friends and we're all amazing. Don't go to channels and advertise yourself. That goes YouTube and Twitch, because people will dislike that. Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to say, and I forgot. Well, I don't know. So this is it. This is a really long video, but it's a 1 year anniversary video, so it should be long, right? It should be long. So I think I've answered all the questions as honest as I could have, And I hope, you know, you're satisfied with those answers. And yeah, so thank you guys so much. It's insane that a year has passed. It's insane that, you know, we went through all of that in this this year. Crazy, absolutely mental, absolutely crazy. And thank you so much for everything. Thank you. And I burped. Thank you. You see, whenever I drink something or do, you know, I burp. Oh crap. So thank you guys so much. Take care, wash these hands, and let's hopefully we're gonna survive all of that. Love you all. Take care, and thank you for sticking out with me for a year. And you know, hopefully it's only gonna grow, and like next year we're gonna wake up, you know, with like 3,000 subs and maybe my first sponsorship, right? That would be really cool, and that's a dream for next year. So we're gonna come back next year to this video, and you know, we're gonna do maybe a reaction. Who knows? Thank you guys so much. Take care. I'm gonna just see if there's any yeah, there's no yeah, so there's no more questions. Okay, just checking. So thank you guys so much. Goodbye and good night. Take care. Bye.